Hello and welcome back to Radio Language. My name is Vlad, and this is the third video of me going through my Bible collection in different languages. I've already done a video about the Germanic languages and the languages of Asia, mostly India, and one Bible in Mandarin Chinese. So this one is more about the Balto-Slavic languages and Fino-ugric languages. So the first book today from my bookcase is this little one. It's a bit hard to see the title cover because of the lighting, but this is quite a cool book. This is actually in Latgalian, which is a Balto-Slavic language, very close to Latvian and also to Lithuanian. Some people call Latgalian a dialect and some people call it a language. I am on the side of language, because I think Latgalian is quite different to Latvian. It is weird because it's very close to Latvian in many ways, but also has many features from Lithuanian at the same time. I'm going to do a video about those three languages and do a comparison video and going through them in depth, because I think they are such interesting languages, and I'll do a whole video explaining, are they close enough to be mutually intelligible? Are they not? Meaning that if I speak Lithuanian, could I speak to a Latvian person, or other way around? And is Latgalian a language that's sort of in between a little bit? Because that's what it seems like to me through studying these languages. I was in Latvia for about a year. I was learning Latvian. I could get to a point where I could read basic kids books in Latvian. I could have a very simple conversation in Latvian. No way could I actually have a proper conversation. I could only ask for mostly directions, how much things are, but get around and ask when is the next train to somewhere. But this is really cool. This is all in Latgalian. So in my video about Latgalian and Latvian and Lithuanian, I will probably use a lot of examples from this, because it's a source I have to hand. Is instead of looking something online and then trying to find a translation of it in Latvian and then trying to find a translation in English that's reliable, I can just use my Bibles. And okay, the language is a little bit different, it's more archaic, but it's a start. So anyway, this is in Latgalian, and Latgalian is spoken in Latvia, and it's a cool language. I would like to learn a bit more about it. So there's this one. The next one is in Latvian, and this is Bībele, and as I said, it's close to Latgalian and to Lithuanian, and it's a Balto-Slavic language. And this Bible, this one is only the New Testament, so doesn't have the Old Testament, but that's all I could find for now. And this one is both the New and Old Testament, so it's pretty good to have this. And I got both those books when I was in Latvia. It was the first thing I kind of bought. I always like to do that. Buy a Bible is my first thing, and it's not really for religious reasons. It's part of my little ritual. If I go to different countries, I always like to buy a Bible first in the language, and so it's cool to have. I just love reading through it. It's a nice. It doesn't have any pictures or anything like that, so you got the Old Testament here, then the beginning of the New Testament. But again, I like it. It's a bit like my other Bibles I have. It's in its own little zip case, so it doesn't get damaged. I think they all should be like this. So this would probably last a lot longer than my other ones. The next one is pretty cool. This is the Biblia, and this is in Lithuanian. And again, it's sort of the Old Testament and the New Testament. And it's cool. I like reading through it. I got this when I was in Latvia, then I travelled to Lithuania and to Estonia, just for a 4-day vacation or holiday. But it's pretty cool. I like the look of Lithuanian. I think it's an interesting language. I like to learn more about it. I like to maybe learn some Lithuanian. But it's a cool Bible to have. I like it, so I can compare this with Latvian and Latgalian and do a comparison. So I will do a video about the comparisons of those three languages. The next one is the Piblia, and this is in Estonian. And Estonian is part of a Fino-ugric language. It is close to Finnish, but I don't think it's close enough to be mutually intelligible. I think Finnish and Estonian speakers can understand each other in a basic way, and reading they could probably understand each other's language a lot more. And this is just coming, I'm not a native speaker of Finnish or Estonian, but this is just from my own research of looking into these languages, looking at the differences and similarities between them. I think they can understand each other to a relatively high level. So maybe I wouldn't want to say they can speak to each other in both their languages, because I think there's probably a lot of false friends in the languages too. But it's a cool Bible. I like this. I got this when I was traveling in Estonia. I haven't found this in Finnish yet, so I want to try and find it in Finnish. And the next one, the next two, again, I've shown these books before. I went to a Mormon church in Latvia and Lithuania, and so this is Mormon Grammata, and Grammata is book, and this is in Latvian. And you know, I have this same book in Dutch, in English. I'm trying to collect this book in as many languages as possible, because the Book of Mormon has been translated in many languages as well, so it's another good linguistic reference. So I might do a little video about maybe just one verse from the Book of Mormon and compare it. But it's good because I have it in Latvian, and then I have Mormon Kniga. So I'm reading this like it's Russian, but it's not. So in Russian we have a word Kniga, so this is probably a borrowing word from Russian. So this is actually in Lithuanian, so not Russian, it's Lithuanian Book of Mormon. And then we have, sorry about this, technical issues. And then so Latvian and Lithuanian, so I can compare these two. And it's good to have. So I got this from a church in Latvia and then Lithuania. So that's it. I rambled on a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed the video. I still want to try and find a Bible in Finnish, and also Hungarian would be a cool one. I do have a Bible, the New Testament, in Livonian, but I can't seem to find it in my bookcase. It's sort of disappeared somewhere. And that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.